Hey guys, my name's Naima and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be filming a Gossip Girl characters as romance books. And I'm super excited to do this because I love Gossip Girl so much. I've started watching it in the 7th grade and now I'm in 12th grade. So for 6 years, I just rewatched it over and over again. Like, watching Gossip Girl in the fall is literally a tradition at this point. And then again at the summer for their little Hamptons clips, literally. I just love Gossip Girl and I decided to film this video. I actually already saw somebody do something similar. Her name is Deja. I'm gonna link her video down below because she did post it before me. But if you want to know romance books I paired to your favorite Gossip Girl characters, keep on watching. Okay, so the first character that I am going to be talking about is Serena Van Der Woodsen. If you don't know, this is her. She's like It Girl meets... I don't even know how to explain her, but the book that I paired to go along with her character is Filthy Little Pretties by Juliana Pucci. If you haven't read this book is about this girl named Donovan, and she lives in New York with her 2 best guy friends, and not with, but they always hang out. And her parents had to get a divorce when she was really little, so she had to move to Spain to live with her mom. And while she was in Spain, she went off the rails, drank a lot, did tons of drugs, hooked up with tons of people, and just developed a really bad reputation for herself. So, doesn't that already sound like Serena? That is literally Serena in a nutshell. Serena went away to boarding school, and while she was there, she got into some major trouble, just like our character Donovan. Serena was drinking, partying. She even killed someone, or kind of killed someone. I don't know. She just went off the rails. And so in Filthy Little Pretties, Donovan's mom was like, okay, I'm sending you back to New York to live with your dad because I can't handle you, you're too much. And so she comes back and instantly reconnects with her 2 best friends, I forgot actually one of their names. I think it's Grayson and Liam, I think. So Donovan comes back and she instantly reconnects with her 2 best guy friends, Gray and Liam, and a love triangle does happen. And that's another thing that's so much like Serena. Are you kidding me? Serena is always getting herself caught up into love triangles. Dan and Aaron. Who else? Nate and his cousin. Like, so many. Like, Serena wouldn't be Serena if she wasn't in a love triangle. And she's always in love triangles. And they're literally the same person. Donovan and Serena are literally the same people. They both have blonde, long hair. They both wear like bracelets. They're both very like boho, like trying to like, they're like New York aesthetic, but they're like branching out, you know, like, I don't know. It's very, I literally read this and I was like, wow, I'm literally reading about Serena Van Der Woodsen. So yeah, if you love Serena Van Der Woodsen, you should definitely check out Filthy Little Pretties. I actually gave this book 4 stars, but it was a pretty good book. And yeah, it just gives, the whole book is Gossip Girl vibes, but the main character specifically is just so Serena, so check it out. Okay, I don't know if you're like me and you literally go back and forth between which characters you like, which character you're more like, or which one you like. Today I'm feeling like I like Blair Waldorf a little bit more than Serena, just because I've been on TikTok a lot and TikTok is constantly exposing Serena for like her ratchet shit. Like, it's literally hilarious and I'm like, whoa, like I didn't even notice that before, and I've seen the series so many times. Again, one clip she was literally wearing a dress and then the clip like panned out and then came back to her and she was wearing sweatpants like down her, like it was a mess. Like, there's a lot of stuff about Serena that's coming out recently. So right now I like Blair, and for Blair's book, Pretty Reckless by LJ Shen. Pretty Reckless, I actually had a really hard time choosing a book for Blair because I feel like Blair is just so many things wrapped into one. Like, it's hard to find one book just like her, but I think Pretty Reckless is a pretty good representation of Blair. Basically, Daria's a very popular girl. She's very popular and mean, and she kind of runs her school, but she has a lot of troubles with her mom, just like Blair. Daria's mom is actually a ballet teacher, and when Daria was younger, she used to go into a dance, she was in dance classes with her mom, and there was this girl in her dance class and she was always better than Daria, and Daria has this like jealousy thing. She gets so jealous, and that is literally Blair to a T. Blair is literally the jealousy queen. She gets jealous all the time. But back to Daria. Daria had a rival in the mom's ballet class, and she was just so much better than ballet, and she had a better body, and she was just everything that Daria wasn't. And Daria did something really bad to the girl, and it shows her grown up, where she's dealing with the repercussions of what she did to that girl, but it was really bad. And literally this book, Daria is so much like Blair. It's kind of scary. They both have this weird jealousy thing that, like, they're just jealous people. Another thing is, if you remember, Blair and Serena fought over Blair's mom. Blair's mom is a fashion designer, and Blair's mom was doing a fashion show, and she wanted Serena to walk in it or something like that. And Blair just gets so jealous, and Serena's obviously has more of a model body than Blair, and people are constantly comparing Blair and Serena. So Blair kind of lost it, and that's literally how Daria is. They both have this weird jealousy thing, and they're just so similar. They both have problems with their mom. Yeah, they're basically both two queen bees that have a lot of problems, and a lot of secrets. Ooh. So yeah, I think that Daria in Pretty Reckless is the most like Blair. Next we're gonna do Chuck Bass. And Chuck Bass, this is another character that I struggled looking for a book for, but Chuck Bass, sorry to bring another LJ Shen book in here, but I think Chuck Bass is most like the book Dirty Headlines. Dirty Headlines is about a man who runs a company with his dad, and that already just sounds so much like Chuck. Even though Chuck's dad did die, he did take over his dad's business, and there was a lot of stuff that they were like in business together. The dad and the son in Dirty Headlines, they don't really like each other. The dad is always trying to bring down the son, and they both run a news company. Is that a news station? Which is like one of the biggest news stations. I forgot the name of it in the whole country. And I just think that they're so much alike because they both have like daddy issues. They both are very business oriented, and they're both major F-boys before they find the one. Like literally the main character in Dirty Headlines and Chuck Bass, they are both man whores. And yeah, so these two characters literally are the same people. So yeah. Next character that I'm going to be talking about is Dan Humphrey. And the book that I paired to go along with him is The Unrequited. Okay, I read The Unrequited last month, and I absolutely loved it. It was such a good book. It's a stalker romance, and literally I read this whole book thinking about, actually, who did I think about? About you. And when you think about it, what's his name? Joe from You and Dan from Gossip Girl are literally the same people. I'm about to say spoilers, so if you haven't watched Gossip Girl, please skip this, and if you want to watch it, I don't know. But obviously, Dan is Gossip Girl, and Dan has stalkerish tendencies. Clearly, the whole book, The Unrequited, deals about unrequited love and loving someone and they don't love you back, and that was literally Dan. I feel like, actually Dan got girls, but like he was always wanted to be a part. Apparently the reason why he did create Gossip Girl was because he wanted to be included and felt like he was a part of a world, and that is literally Unrequited. Before Serena, he literally had no one in that world, and he wanted to be a part of it so bad, and he wanted them to love him just as he loved them. And I feel like he's always getting into stuff with Serena. Like, he's always having problems with love and people loving him back. So that is literally The Unrequited. The main male character is married, and his wife doesn't love him back anymore. She wants a divorce, and he doesn't want to let go of her. And then there's the girl main character. She's also deals with unrequited love because she fell in love with her stepbrother, and her stepbrother just wouldn't love her back. And yeah, I find the two male characters very similar. Even the female character I find very similar to Dan. And people say that the girl from The Unrequited is literally the girl version of Joe from You. And I think Joe and Dan are the same people. So yeah. The last character that I'm going to talk about is Nate Archibald. I love Nate so much. The book that I chose for him is The Mistake, which is book 2 in the Off-Campus series by L. Kennedy. Okay, so these are read as standalones. You don't have to read the first book to get to the second one, but if you are feeling like you want to read stuff about Nate, please skip the first book and just jump to The Mistake, because The Mistake has so many similarities to Nate's life. Okay, so The Mistake is about this guy named John Logan, and he is a hockey player, and he's actually in love with his best friend's girlfriend. The couple that he's jealous of was actually the couple in book 1 of the Off-Campus series. And yeah, he's in love with his best friend's girlfriend, and he is very jealous and wants Hannah, and he hates that Hannah and Dean, or not Dean, what's his name? Hannah and I forgot her love interest's name, but she's very jealous that he's very jealous that his best friend and his best friend's girlfriend are hanging out so much. And yeah, he is in love with her. And so basically he actually finds this girl and uses her to get over Hannah. And then she finds out, and he spends the entire year trying to make it up, because he actually realizes that he likes the new girl and he wants to be with her. And yeah, and John Logan actually has a lot of problems with his dad, just like Nate Archibald. He literally has so many problems with his dad. In Gossip Girl, his dad goes to jail and he becomes like bankrupt, and he becomes very poor. And yeah, that is literally so similar to The Mistake. John Logan is very poor in The Mistake. I forget what his exact issues are with his dad, but I just remember him having a lot of issues with his dad. And yeah, so they are very similar. Like when I read The Mistake, I was like, this reminds me of Nate. I just saw his little charming attitude, and he's never too serious, except for when he's brooding over Hannah, obviously. But yeah, they have very similar personality types. So if you like Nate, you should check out The Mistake. And yeah, I was going to do Jenny, but honestly, Jenny is just too hard to find. I think The Unrequited goes for both Dan and Jenny, because Jenny also had some stalkerish tendencies. She was in love with Nate, and it was just wild, and she pretended to be Serena. Like, it was just kind of a lot. So I couldn't really find a book that represented Jenny well. If you have any ideas for books that represent any of these characters, please comment them down below. I'd love to know more books, because again, these are my favorite characters, my favorite show. So if you have any books that are similar, let me know. Also, let me know if you want me to do this video again for another show. I literally have watched everything on Netflix and everything on Hulu, everything on Amazon Prime Video. I love TV shows, so let me know if you want me to do this for one of your favorite TV shows, and let me know if you like Gossip Girl, and if you would agree with the recommendations that I gave for the characters. Also, I am gonna try to be posting every 3 days now. I really didn't have a posting schedule before, but I'm definitely gonna try now, just because it's very hard. Like, I'll literally post a video and it feels like I just posted it, and I look and I posted a week ago and I'm like, oh crap. So yeah, that's my new plan. I'm gonna be trying to post every 3 days. It's gonna be a challenge because I still have school, but I only have 7 days left. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Tell me more recommendations that you have for me that remind you of Gossip Girl characters, and I'll see you in the next video in 3 days. Bye.